Hello, I'm Sophie welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another Project What revision vlog. I will be talking over most of these clips because I just didn't do much chatting in this video. I think there's literally only one clip where I do a little catch-up thing, and the rest is just footage that I got while I was revising because it was crunch time. It was crunch time, and I just wanted to get the story read through. So, we're here now with the voiceover. Throughout the video, there are a lot of time lapses, once again, because I was just filming. I was just filming the revision process without really putting my input in. I just wanted to document it and then see what happens. In this draft as well, I cut out a ton of scenes. They're just gone. If I go through my draft, there are so many just red X's across entire pages. It looks really bad, but as I say later in the vlog, it will make the story so much better. So, looks very spooky on the vlog, but it's okay. It'll be okay. Of course, we also have the obligatory cleaning time lapses. Would a vlog be complete without them? Mostly putting the camera up forces me to do the cleaning, so I'm always gonna have an extra cleaning time lapse or two. Just because. Just because. If you were here for when I edited draft 2, you would know that I numbered all the scenes in order to orient myself in the plot of this book. And this time around, I did the same exact thing. So before every scene, I would just put a number and then a title for the scene, I suppose. That just gave the basic idea of what went down. And you will see in later vlogs that I actually put all these scenes into a Google Sheets so I can see the entire overview of what the story looks like. But for now, we're just numbering them and hoping that future me will have the correct context for each of these scenes. But it was very slow getting started with this revision, if I'm being honest. I think it took me like a week to get through the first 2 chapters, and then I slowly started speeding up the process. But for that first week and a half, it was so slow, and I was so nervous that it was going to take me that long to get through everything else, and I would not be done revising for like months. But slowly but surely, we got back up there to normal revision pace. And maybe not normal revision pace. For some time, it was going crazy fast. Hello, party people. I forgot something. I have literally no acetone left, so hopefully this lasts for today. I need to go out and get some more. I am here to finally update the vlog in person because I just finished Act 1 of Project What? I wanted to finish Act 1 2 days ago. I plan to have it done on the 18th, and then I want Act 2 done by the 25th. If you are keeping track at home, that means I have 5 days to do Act 2. Who knows if that's gonna happen? I am very motivated in this story right now because I have figured out most of the problems in Act 1 so far. I think there's just 1 or 2 other ones that I need to really think over before I can finish this draft. It is not bad at all. One of the main problems I had was that I introduced way too many characters in the first few chapters of the story, that they just get redundant. We don't need that, right? So I managed to meld 2 characters together, which will really help with solidifying the other characters into the story. That also cut out this conflict that I had in Act 1 that would be seen later in the story, but I reworked it to where we would still see the conflict later in the story, just we wouldn't have the pettiness in Act 1. So that was 10 out of 10 for me. Act 1 is going to be so much better because of that. Another issue that I had that was really bad with Act 1 was that it didn't have very much conflict introduced immediately in the story, which is what you need to grip readers, right? And the problem was I didn't know what to do because the conflict at the beginning of the story is not going to be the conflict throughout the story. That's just how it is. So I didn't make one up beforehand because I was like, it's not gonna even matter later, who cares? But that needs to be there or else it looks like a bad book. But I figured out what I want to do with that, so we're good. And now that I'm cutting out the conflict, that unnecessary conflict between one of the main characters and 2 of her like side character kind of things, I can actually put more scenes in that pertain to like school because they're at a school, but I don't put too many school scenes in Act 1, which is like, why? That's the point. So now I'll be able to do that as well. Hopefully this is making sense for you guys as well. I have no idea. This is all I've been doing. All I've been doing since September started. I'm talking like everyone knows what's going on in this story, but hopefully it makes sense. Anyways, those were the 2 main issues of this act, and they're not too hard to implement, I would say. I'm gonna have to cut quite a few scenes out, which is kind of sad, and then I'm gonna have to write a few, but it is gonna be so much better when I am done, and it shouldn't even take that long. I've already cut out quite a few characters from this story, like before I even started the draft, and it still felt like too much in this act. So hopefully I don't have to cut any more characters out because I do not know how I'm going to blend more characters together because putting those 2 characters together for this act was already hard enough. It took me like 20 minutes to figure out how it could work. So hopefully I don't have to do that again because that was literally awful. Would not recommend to anyone ever. But now that it's fixed, we're feeling a lot better. Here she is. Isn't she so cute? Act 2, baby. Anyways, so this is Act 2 right here. Act 3 is so tiny. Act 2 is a cool almost 200 pages. So that is just wonderful. Also, my little notebook I got here, it's like long. It's not like this, it's like this. And I thought that was epic. This is my draft 3 revision notebook. Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need every single one of these pages. This is where I figured out how I wanted to blend those 2 characters together. This is my outline for getting this draft out for beta readers by December 3rd, which I hope still happens. I have some formatting issues that I forgot about that I need to put in there. And then these notes right here are my Act 1 issues. So that is all I have in there right now. Any other problem I encounter will be brainstormed in here and all that jazz. But isn't it such a cute little notebook? I love it. I love it. I got it at the Daiso in a Daiso. I don't know if it's the Daiso. I'm pretty sure they have multiple. But I got it at a Daiso in California along with everything else. I was like, you know what? We're gonna get new supplies for this. It's a big deal. That was my excuse. That is the update I have right now. I have 5 days to finish Act 2, which who knows if that's gonna happen because it's about 200 pages, which means I would have to do 40 pages a day to
to keep on pace, which kind of spooky. We will have to see if I'm capable of doing so. But that's what the vlog is here for, you know? So we're just gonna see what happens. Hopefully I can get it done, because this deadline sets up my other deadlines to the point where I can get it out in December, which December seems very far out right now. We're midway through September, so December seems like eons away, or whatever. But, oh, she's gonna come up quick. But I finished Act 1, so progress is being made. Progress is being made. Anyways, I'm gonna finish doing my nails, and hopefully I'll get back to working a bit more on Project What, because 5 days. What was I thinking?
So, spoiler alert, I did not end up finishing Act 2 on the 25th, like I said. Who's surprised? No one. But I didn't even finish it in September either. I finished revising Act 2 of Project What on October 1st. Yippee! Honestly, don't put it past me. It's the biggest act in the story, so I knew it was going to take longer. Don't know why I thought I could do it in 5 days. Also did not expect it to take, like an extra week. But you know what? You win some, you lose some. We still got it done, and we still moved on. In this act as well, there is so much cutting. I thought there was a lot of cut out scenes in Act 1. I was wrong. Basically, a third of Act 2 is probably gone, if I'm to give a rough estimate. But it was brutal. It was brutal.
Act 3, baby, let's go! Yeah!
Anyways, I somewhat quickly finished that act and moved swiftly on to Act 3, which, like I said, is very small, so it didn't take me that long at all. It took me about 3 or 4 days to finish, so not bad at all. I think it helped that this act didn't need too much help. That made it a lot easier to get through. I did end up crossing out all of the final chapter because it needs to be completely rewritten. But that's okay. I knew that was going to happen because when I finished draft 2.5, I literally just copy and pasted the last chapter of draft 2 into the draft. So, it was inevitable. We have made it to the end. Draft 2.5 is completely reread and scratched up and destroyed, and it is time to move on to actually fixing this bad boy so I can turn it into draft 3. So the next vlog that you see out for this project will be fixing the plot. It's already a doozy, so look out for that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, thanks for being here, thanks for hanging out, and hope to see you in the next one. Peace.